Sorry that I'm late, but I sent stuff up. But what's up, people? Boy, I'm back on the track. Woo! Yeah, we're doing this. We're finishing out the Gorlliaz in this live stream. And I might, again, I know it, but I might have on Twitch and these live covers as well, maybe. Like, pull up, like, maybe, like, let's middle some of the songs. I just live covers. I've done live covers in a while. Because I'm used to do covers, of course, too bad I just get, the lyrics, put, kind of paste them, but maybe I do some live covers, my second, but, yeah, maybe we do that after, I don't know. We're gonna finish out reading on the test room stuff. So yeah, with the whole on human video. So yeah, with I have been going because I'm feeling some reactions that have been writing some of the good stuff and yeah, the good floor is interesting. Better than this Watson right now. I bet it's him as Tons or something. Then it's gonna start Watson. And those type of time went to bad. Then it's on a freaking live cat. But yeah, better than this Watson or Red Eye. So that's the Red Eye ID on Stream Link. So yeah, why not? Listen to Scary Kid, Miss Pond, and Bobby the Stream Link. So Bobby thought up this time. Because they're going to for him and it's all up. So Bobby thought up this time. Hey. Yeah, I was saying something. Been going back and yeah, it was interesting, huh? Basically, I think that what people thought that Noodle was dead, but not still alive, not dead. Besides Cyborg Noodle, yeah, I think we basically got everything figured out so far. So get into this final bit. We only have how many seconds on this video? 9 minutes. So that's on the field. So we can maybe get through this easily. So yeah, because we're on phase 3, and then that paper, no matter that paper, that's a whole Taco Island stuff is gonna get into. We're gonna have to go on this video. But we're gonna finish talk about how you first on this stream. So I get first stream, this is it, okay? This is it. Why I think that's not good up we got the video, because it does seem to be back a few seconds from where I stopped it in the last stream. So yeah. I think we're good. On Mr. Hard Point and Mr. Adam with yeah. That's really it. So I think back to the whole amount of my kind humans feels just more like still can feel still it feels I basically it's on live stream, but it feels no. No, don't be a fan of Modok, please. It's no, I don't want to talk about this because I definitely found this, and this was one of the big lore things that I this and the audiobooks haven't seen yet, but I did watch the good MTV Quiz thing yesterday. And it's actually good. There's a video of MTV Quiz, so yeah. But yeah, it had some cool little stuff, and in that video, Noodle was 13, so this was still been around the time of 1900. He actually does his 1900 in that video. I mentioned the atmosphere. So this would have been around the time of 1900 and Dale. So that into quiz field would have been around Dale. The timeline. Like who cares what if that time anymore? I think Gorlliaz timeline is new freaking FNAF timeline. Because I only want Batman to do a freaking thing on this. Please. You don't even have to make a freaking music series, okay? So talk about the same film series channel, freaking Map Pokemon. But yeah, then I mean typically this video would have been everything gets see 2D in that, so yeah. What do you watch those stuff? I know yeah, music Wrestle. I don't know, I can't remember that video because anyway, but yeah, it was a cool video, for the law and stuff. And like you would just tell them like what I get out is like no. But yeah. I think that's I'm saying let's go and get straight. Enjoy this, people. I'm gonna stop talking, I'm gonna let Bounflix talk, and that's it. Let's go. I'm gonna get to myself one more. Yeah. Alright, let's go, people. Please Nicholas in 3, 2, 1.
It actually transformed him into a giant, and he is seriously huge. In the fall of 2010, Gorlliaz embarked on the first world tour, but unfortunately, Murdoch, Tootie, and Cyborg Noodle spent the entire tour locked in the dressing room, while an imposter Gorlliaz live band played in their place. Murdoch suspected that when he refused to give his soul to Satan for making Gorlliaz successful, he made it so the live band would get all of Gorlliaz's glory. And it is reneging on the same deal with Satan that causes the boogeyman to track down Murdoch to claim his soul, as we see throughout the phase. We would have seen this and the phase's story come to an epic climax in the Rhinestone Eyes video.
Rhinestone Eyes, one of my favorite songs.
All that remains of storyboards, but we can still piece together what happened. It starts by showing us Russell and Noodle continuing their trek across the ocean. On the beach, the boogeyman is waiting. Murdoch and Cyborg Noodle join him, and Cyborg Noodle opens fire on the boogeyman. The boogeyman escapes again, and Tootie sees him swim by from his underwater room. From his ship, the boogeyman summons the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Apparently, the boogeyman is a rejected 5th horseman who is called Flash. Who emerges outside just as the boogeyman summons pirates, and we have to conclude are the Black Cloud, led by the boogeyman. And considering he can turn into a black cloud, it seems to make the most sense. All hell breaks loose as the Black Cloud lead their final assault on Plastic Beach, and Murdoch hides inside, fearing for his life. Cyborg Noodle leads a retaliation with the collaborators, all now armed and ready for battle. Meanwhile, Tootie watches as a giant whale makes its way towards his room. But just then, giant Russell appears, grabs the whale by its tail, throwing it into the air and taking out a Black Cloud plane. The video ends as giant Russell leans over the side of the island. He opens his mouth.
There's not about there's possibly 2 Murdochs, because in that field, there's someone that looks like Murdoch, but you don't come and see it. I don't know, maybe it's in that, like an animation era, but I'm not that quickly, even though sounds like him, isn't it? But I think we'll just get to see the real
inside, and we see under her cat mask she has a facial scar from the El Manana.
Yeah, facial scar. We know something about the 9th scar. This is in Lion King. Oh, bad memories, but yeah. That's real Noodle. Now, it's gonna be Noodle versus Cyborg Noodle. Like, I'm really gonna be able to see Cyborg put stuff like, it's gonna be like, I wasn't dead. Who the hell is this? Oh, it's gonna be Noodle for the Cyborg Noodle. That would have been a good idea to do Noodle for the Cyborg Noodle, but no, I don't see that ever happen. Missed opportunity, honestly.
Now, from here, there's a bit of a divergence between the end of Phase 3 and the beginning of Phase 4. Where things go back in 2011 doesn't quite add up chronologically to the members' new backstories recently revealed. So I will continue with the original timeline and explore the revised story in the Phase 4 section. Soon after the video ends, the Black Clouds bombarded the island, and in the chaos, the whale breaks through Tootie's wall and he is swallowed whole. While this...
Wait, so Tootie died? Wait, what? Tootie didn't make Kyoto. Oh no, Tootie been picking up Imperial House. Even before Imperial House. What? What? They killed him? Oh, they missed him. I mean, they had no eyes, so I can't see the well. But still, what? Well, with 2D, I guess.
Happening, Cyborg Noodle suffered a malfunction and tried to kill Murdoch.
Wait, Cyborg does not malfunction. Wait, hold on, wait a few seconds.
4. Where things go back in 2011 doesn't quite add up chronologically to the members' new backstories recently revealed. So I will continue with the original timeline and explore the revised story in the Phase 4 section. Soon after the video ends, the Black Clouds bombarded the island, and in the chaos, the whale breaks through Tootie's wall and he is swallowed whole. While this was happening, Cyborg Noodle suffered a malfunction and tried to kill Murdoch.
I mean, well, thank you, Cyborg Noodle. Thank you. Why someone wants to kill Murdoch? Thank you. This is an example of Noodle and Cyborg Noodle. Tootie will always be my favorite girl, so no, sorry. Noodle is my second favorite girl, so no. So, yeah. And then that means Cyborg Noodle is my sole favorite girl, so.
But she was put offline permanently by Noodle. Russell managed to...
So wait, Noodle found... Wait. So Noodle found out Cyborg Noodle. And then they immediately killed her. If I were her, and as long as I was with myself, I would barely destroy it. There's no use. I'm here. If y'all not gonna destroy it, I will. There's no point. You can't have no anymore. Your nose alive. What? Destroy it. I'm sorry. But I don't see the point that even have a taco noodle anymore. I heard the taco and when they thought Noodle was dead. Noodle's alive. So where's that when Noodle's alive? What?
To rescue Noodle, and Tootie escapes the breaks through Tootie's wall and he is swallowed whole. While this was happening, Cyborg Noodle suffered a malfunction and tried to kill Murdoch, but she was put offline permanently by Noodle. Russell manages to rescue Noodle, and Tootie
good.
Escapes the whale. The boogeyman searched Plastic Beach for Murdoch, but Murdoch faked his death, leaving a shoddy fake Murdoch behind and escaped. While the boogeyman
I hear about that's the least amount of saying for more not to do. If I hear one time, that's the least amount move.
The wrong soul. Shortly afterwards, the evangelist, the polar opposite of the boogeyman, appeared and wiped him out. Murdoch left in a rowboat, saying he was caught up in a typhoon and landed in Hawaii, where he began to record a new radio show to celebrate Gorlliaz' 10-year anniversary. But it turns out he wasn't in Hawaii at all, but in a ransacked house in London.
So we need to leave the UK.
Other members were able to track him down. We don't know what happens when they reunite, but as of October 2011, the four members were living at 212 Wobble Street, London, seen in the Do Ya Thing video. And the boogeyman is still alive.
Oh yeah, I did actually see this recently. That dude, it's actually a pretty good song, for real. It's a pretty good song, but the boogeyman not losing him for some reason, and it's dead.
Now the band's roommate, apparently, this is the last we've seen of the boogeyman so far, and it's definitely...
Okay, yeah. So if seeing so far, first one goes up like in phase 5 and phase 6 and phase 7, and then I think of this Mega Man basically died. So yeah, I guess don't see Mega Man in the other Crackle Island videos. So yeah. Oh, you we have to talk about it. Okay, phases. Oh wait, so is this the phase 4 in this? Okay, because I'm gonna help you phase 4 5. Then I go on. I already have that. I'm gonna actually move when I get a video for phase 6 and 7. I said, no, I don't think it's a fear for phase 6. I know it's fear for phase 7, but I don't think it's a fear for phase 6. This is weird. And I'm going to try to see if I can find fear for phase 6. If I can, I guess it's going to come to phase 7. If I can't find fear, so I'll talk about phase 6.
A weird way for the story to play out, but considering several plots were more or less canceled, this is probably all we will ever get. Russell, still huge, sleeps on the roof, and chained to the house, we see the damaged Windmill Island floating in the sky.
Can we not talk about that, please? Thanks for that means when it's I Noodle died.
There's also the Spylo car out front.
Oh, Spylo. Nice after that music video with Bruce Willis. My boy, Bruce Willis.
Crashed into a light post. Tootie then receives a letter stating the band is being evicted from the residence, which he actually seems happy about. And this is the end of...
Yeah, but his eyes go back then, so that means he's angry. In angry mode.
Phase 3, though what we learned about Phase 4 changes what happens during the attack on Plastic Beach, retconning the story from there.
I'm not freaking out. Like, I'm just gonna talk over this ad. Okay, we ate ass. So I'm not going this. Why still? What? I don't know.
Retconning the story from there.
Alright. 2 minutes after all. Oh. Okay, so this is science balls. Okay, yeah. Alright, so this is phase 4, Humans After All, 2012 to now. So this is downstairs to have like Crackle Island stuff, and yeah.
Now on to phase 4. As the phase is only beginning, there's sure to be a lot more to come, especially with the TV series coming next year.
But Netflix happened. Netflix, especially they were playing with TV show on Netflix, and Netflix chopped it with why Netflix? Come on. I don't think I'll get a freaking cartoon one day. Maybe Adult Swim real quick. No, because that 17 times. I'm like, I mean, then we got freaking Ace on freaking Powerpuff Girls, so Cartoon Network and freaking Adult Swim on Cartoon Network. So we got Adult Swim, give a freaking class of free cartoon. Damn. Get just on my name. I might have want freaking a freaking good cartoon. A good TV. It's like, come on, it's a bit like it's been perfect for a TV show. And like, of course, that will go those and might not picked it up. Like, come on. Or maybe no, because they're British. So maybe like ITV will pick it up or something. Because they're British, but the TV is different in Britain. You know, because they have ITV. And yeah. So maybe they get cartoon by ITV or something. I don't know.
But the story for phase 4 began years ago back on the attack on Plastic Beach. Most of what we find out comes from each member's respective books and fill us in on what they've been up to. The island, and Murdoch escaped in a rusty submarine with Cyborg Noodle in tow for company, which Murdoch describes as the perfect shipmate for him, as she didn't speak, she didn't judge, and she had absolutely no sense of smell. Eventually, Murdoch drank all the cases of Psycho Jerry's rum on board, and he made it to the surface for a whiz. As he was emptying his dangerously enlarged bladder, a giant shadow loomed over him. The battleship Ringo, which is owned by music industry giant EMI and Gorlliaz record label. EMI sent a fleet of ships in search of Murdoch, and at last they had him. He was captured, slapped around, and taken to a secret prison in London. For 3 years, Murdoch lived in Dungeon Abbey beneath Abbey Road Studios until one day he was offered.
Gee, they got put in the dungeon. Was good.
Fueled by Entertainment Internal Affairs. With the music industry going down the toilet, they desperately needed Murdoch's help. In exchange for his release, Murdoch agreed to write a new Gorlliaz album and moved immediately to a new studio home in West London. Next up, 2D. During the attack on Plastic Beach, he hid in his underwater room. Without realizing it, he put himself in danger of a far fiercer foe, Massive Dick, a great white whale. The beast swallowed 2D in one bite, swimming into the deep. But a lifetime of eating ocean garbage, and now 2D took its toll on the whale to die. His corpse was washed up on a desert island where 2D was already free.
Sorry, I didn't see that.
Skills whatsoever. So he has no option but to eat his former host. Several months later,
Wow, he did well.
Plane.
Hold on. Oh, here this happens. Wait, my favorite two stop is this. Yes. Wait. Hold on. Yeah, sorry, my microphone got stuck on my tail. Maybe this happens. Yeah. Do this. Hey, there we go. Okay, got unstuck. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm gonna go back a few seconds. Sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Massive Dick, a great white whale.
I don't know.
In one bite.
It's gonna make some of us fall again. Sorry about that.
Ocean garbage, and now 2D took its toll on the whale to die. His carcass washed up on a desert island where 2D was finally free. Too bad he has no survival skills whatsoever. So he has no option but to eat his former host. Several months later, 2D spotted a plane flying along the coast. Moved to tears by the sight of hope, he set off after the plane. A mere 23 minutes later, he was in the middle of a full-scale beach raid. It turns out 2D wasn't marooned at all, but he had in fact landed in Guadalupe off the Mexican coast. 2D joined the beach party.
Wait, no, don't tell me.
Brownies.
Wait, what did you say? Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Whatsoever. So he has no option but to eat his former host. Several months later, 2D spotted a plane flying along the coast. Moved to tears by the sight of hope, he set off after the plane. A mere 23 minutes later, he was in the middle of a full-scale beach raid. It turns out 2D wasn't marooned at all, but he had in fact landed in Guadalupe off the Mexican coast.
Oh my goodness. He freaking in Mexico. Why did Mexico coming up in this? If we come on Bulldog, I come up with 2D. Why? No, stop.
He joined the beach party, ate some strange tasting brownies, and came in third in the wet.
He got drugged.
T-shirt contest. As he claimed his prize, 2D had a eureka moment. He would take it a year to find himself, which was actually really easy, as he was right there. But he stayed the whole year anyway until he got sacked from his job weaving friendship bracelets, and it was time to go home. At Heathrow Airport, a man in arrivals pulled up a sign saying "Wanker," which 2D of course knew was for him. The car took him back to West London and Murdoch's new HQ. Russell escaped from the pirate attack, cradling Noodle in his giant mouth and swimming away. They ran into trouble off the coast of Japan when Russell was mistaken for a whale and harpooned. He managed to wriggle free, but Noodle was lost, swept away in the blood-red waters. Wounded and delirious, Russell struggled through the ocean, humming all by myself until he lost consciousness. Eventually, he drifted into the Yellow Sea, washing up on a North Korean beach. Giant Russell was taken by the North Korean leaders where he was put on exhibition. The leader declared he had captured Pulgasari, the legendary North Korean Godzilla. Russell quickly became the country's biggest attraction, but in time the country's meager food rations caused Russell to shrink back to normal size. Realizing he was just a man, the leader proclaimed that he had personally defeated Pulgasari and Russell was released. He was sent back to England where he wandered the streets of London until musician and Gorlliaz collaborator Jeff Wooten let him crash on his futon. A few days later, Jeff got a call from Murdoch, and Russell immediately moved into Murdoch's new place. As for Noodle, she awoke days after the Plastic Beach attack in a Japanese fishing village. She'd been nursed back to health by an old pearl diver named Chiyoko, and to repay his kindness, she took a job as his apprentice. One day, while beneath the waves, Noodle opened a giant pearl shell, accidentally releasing an ancient hell demon called Mazu. Mazu is a shape-shifting devil of unimaginable evil that can take human form. Noodle set out to destroy it, and she spent years pursuing Mazu across Japan, finally tracking it down to Tokyo, where it had risen to the top of the criminal underworld. Noodle disguised herself as a geisha and infiltrated Mazu's headquarters, the Demon's Lodge. While Mazu was distracted by a heated bout of drink while you think, Noodle lopped its head off, ending its earthly existence. She escaped its sumo bodyguards, packing herself into a FedEx crate with dried fish, bottled water, and a copy of Moby Dick. Her package was addressed to Murdoch in London. The band finally had made it back together after all going through their separate trials after the Plastic Beach attack, and began to record the newest Gorlliaz album, Humans. Humans was released on April 28, 2017, featuring the singles Hallelujah Money, Saturn's Bars, We Got the Power, Ascension, Andromeda, Let Me Out, and The Apprentice. Wow, that's a lot. Though we only see the Gorlliaz story continue in the video for Saturn's Bars. It features the band moving into Spirit House, what we assume is this phase's HQ. As the band make their way there, we see this creepy face in a window. Maybe this is the first appearance of this phase's villain, or just something to be creepy. The Spirit House is aptly named. Not only is it decrepit and spooky, but it's haunted by some weird-looking spirits. The band try to relax and each have strange encounters with the inhabitants of the house. Most notably, Murdoch, who goes on an interstellar psychedelic journey. The haunting comes to a climax, and the spirits seem to vanish. The next morning, the band leaves the house for pancakes, and as they drive off, there's a suffocated highway scene overhead. There's also signs all over the place for new developments around the area. The city is swallowing everything around it. That's all we know so far about Phase 4's story.
Hold on, I'm going to move to the next video. Give me a minute.
Complicated journey so far, and I'm excited to see what happens next. That'll do it for my breakdown of the Gorlliaz backstory. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any other videos you'd like to see me do, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching Foundflix. See you next time. I'm off for a bath.
That didn't know. Let's go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I moved this because add. Okay, based on past 20 so far, which is weird. Probably based on because I was catch point, so yeah. I didn't get out if you have can I go to 5 here for phase 8 can come straight to phase 7, so yeah, that would have been for phase 7.
Welcome to Foundflix. One of my favorite bands, Gorlliaz, has a new album coming out now on June 29th. And if you know Gorlliaz, they have one extremely complicated, in-depth backstory. And with a new album coming out, that means new story is added to the band's lengthy history. Each album cycle is divided into phases. And last year before Humans released, I did a video covering the beginning of the band in phase 1 through phase 4 up to that point. So make sure to check out part 1 of my backstory video to get caught up on everything you wanted to know about the band's beginnings, like what happened to Tootie's eyes, the demon that was possessing Russell, and what happened in the attack on Plastic Beach. With this video, we will continue through the rest of phase 4 and into the current phase 5, bringing you up to date on all the latest going on in the Gorlliaz story.
Alright, so this is wait, you may have all test 17 to test 18.
Previously left off with the Saturn's Bars video, because there's a couple of cool little things that I missed before, and even something that might clue us into the fate of Cyborg Noodle. In the opening shot, as we follow down a neighborhood street, we then pass by a garbage bag that is moving, hearing mechanical sounds coming from within. This moment is very brief, but I'd say that Cyborg Noodle's parts contained in the
that guy is really someone's useful anymore.
Like old garbage and forgotten. This is the most conclusive evidence to her fate in any of the story after she and Murdoch escaped from Plastic Beach after it was attacked. Sorry if you're a Cyborg Noodle fan, it looks like she's been bent. There's also the helmet worn by Noodle all the way back in the Rock the House video. Then of course there's
I was gonna say the damn music video, but no.
Face of a guy peeking out from a basement, which I thought might be a new villain or something, but it's actually just a vestige of one of the collaborators on the album. So no real mystery there, but still very creepy. After this, we have the strobe light video where things take a dramatic turn for one of the band's members. During the filming of the video, while Noodle and 2D were tearing up the dance floor, a bored Murdoch busied himself at the bar pounding down mezcal. He was approached by a man who Murdoch presumed wanted a selfie with him and obliged, but didn't know his true purpose. Murdoch had no idea the man he met was El Mierda, the kingpin of the biggest, bloodiest crime dynasty in modern history. While appearing human, and in fact played by Phil Cornwell, who voices Murdoch, El Mierda is not human but a demon, and a direct descendant of Nuestra Senora de la Santa Muerte, or in English, Our Lady of Holy Death, a personification of death in Mexican culture like the Grim Reaper.
And again, with Mexico, stop. The first time Mexico been brought up. Stop.
After having a few drinks, Elmierda handed Murdoch a white card, which we as of yet don't know the specifics of. And sometime later, for some reason, Elmierda framed Murdoch for smuggling, resulting in him getting tossed into ancient prison Wormwood Scrubs. Seen in prison by the time the group won Band of the Year at the 2018 Brit Awards. His appearance is brief, rattling off a list of thanks before getting dragged back to his cell. And his incarceration brings us to the conclusion of Phase 4.
It's been out tone green, but okay, that's been out tone green. But like, no, it feels like been out tone green. Like, how did this sign tone green? Like, what? Right now.
So with Murdoch behind bars, what's a band have to do but find a replacement for him, leading to them adding new member Ace to the group.
Of course, he's gay. Told him so.
Green skin, but with longer slick back hair and a greaser look. If he appears familiar, that's because Ace originated as a secondary villain in the Powerpuff Girls animated series. Ace was the leader of the Gang Green Gang, a group of hoodlums based in Townville who caused trouble for the girls. It might seem strange and specific for this crossover to occur, but there has already been some connections between the two universes before now. In the Powerpuff Girls movie, a newspaper features an ad for the Gorlliaz live show, as well as way back in Phase 1, Tootie is seen sporting a Mojo Jojo t-shirt. So there has been some crossover before now, but adding Ace to the band is obviously to a much larger extent than previously. The real life reason behind this is Gorlliaz masterminds Jamie Hewlett and Damon Albarn are good friends with Powerpuff Girls creator Craig McCracken, and he authorized Ace's appearance with the group. As far as in the story how he came to join the group, there is some conflicting information. Murdoch claims that Ace is a close personal friend of his, but there's evidence that it was actually Noodle who brought him into the band. Ace's first appearance was teased with Noodle in a picture of the two posted by Jamie, and in a later interview, she talks about being seen together with him at the Kentucky Derby. And according to Jamie, they are not dating, but just good friends.
No, I said Tootie with Noodle, not freaking Ace with Noodle, so don't get that freaking confused.
For a formed group, they returned to the studio and recorded the band's sixth album, The Now Now, which according to Albarn is all about 2D. So far, all the songs released seem to reflect this, with a more streamlined style, and 2D's vocals much more prominent than on Humans. The perfect example of this is the first bouncy, upbeat single,
Humility.
With
Top Black is happening in this bit feel, so it's down boy Top Black. Top Black is in this, and Top Black is connected to that cuss guy, so doesn't mean it does connect to that anti-tough guy role, like what? But no, like other thing is what's great, they got freaking Top Black in his freaking music video. Because they need new guitarist because Noodle was the big guitarist field, so they needed another guitarist, so they got I guess because Noodle was busy playing a little busy something else and Ace was being so I guess they get Top Black and the man's playing guitar. Yeah, was really. So what's when you bring in the drums either, so that's when you know drums is field. Oh, in the song probably, because what's when simply in the drums.
Lighter side of the band's sound, but in the music video, 2D appears actually happy.
And his eyes are white.
Roller skating and enjoying himself on a sunny day at the beach. It also looks like the PPG universe is taking
with I really like the animation in this field. It's probably the cleanest, like one of the cleanest animations that's done in the music video. So I guess that's the animators in freaking music videos for real goats. And yes, about them guys. The freaking this saying that they say was from him because him is a character from Baba, of course, as well. So yeah, just getting Grammy guy, but they still don't have it. This is just stupid. Come on.
Over even more now, with signs for him posted around. The name of another Powerpuff Girls villain. And even Jack Black is wearing a shirt emblazoned with "Save Us from Him." So perhaps we might be seeing more crossovers coming soon. But an even more noticeable change is in 2D's appearance. Specifically his eyes.
White eyes.
Every time he's been seen, his eyes are black, caused by that car accident years ago. Yet here they are white, which look kind of out of place considering what we're used to seeing. And I think that's kind of the whole point here.
Wait, I'm confused how he's fallen. Because otherwise, and guess who he's going? So how the freak? Because the other part is like to fit we into this video. Because what's so trips him, but we get to that in a minute. But how can we see where he's going? That's kind of really think that he's not blind. Because I'm not by myself, so yeah. But if he really was blind, he wouldn't be know where he's going. Because his vision would be crowded as heck. So he's not blind? But no, he has to be because he has no eyes. I'm confused because he was blind, he wouldn't be seeing where he's going. And he would have fallen immediately. Like I said, as this film started, he would have fell down immediately because not going, no one was going. So maybe it's not bad. But he has no eyes. And that's real glasses either. Over I'll say that maybe on glasses. But no, he's not wearing glasses in this music video. So is he not blind? I know. But this is like hoping TV Wonder isn't blind. I think, but I think that was yeah. TV Wonder is blind. They just stopped. See, one of the lessons. Don't even stop. Get him being fake blind, please. Anyways, is he not blind? Maybe because he's better when his eyes are white. Cause maybe he can feel anything when his eyes are black. Because all you can see is darkness. Maybe when his eyes are white, white, when he gets like more light. When his eyes are black, maybe he can see. Okay, as you know, I'm gonna sing it out now. Okay, hold on, wait. I'm gonna continue this and now pause when we do get to that part.
Tootie is feeling different for a major reason. Murdoch isn't around to guide and bully him. Without Murdoch, Tootie can do what he wants and be who he wants to be for the first time in a long time. And now, even if Ace isn't quite as much of a bully, he's still a jerk. Seen popping a basketball with a switchblade, ruining some bro's game, and watching it fly away with glee. However, it looks like Russell isn't too pleased with his new look, tripping Tootie near the end of the song, causing his eyes to blink back to black as he scurries off and loses.
Wait, I didn't actually notice that before, and now I noticed that, but I can't play that back because that's so cool.
Watching it fly away with glee. However, it looks like Russell isn't too pleased with his new look, tripping Tootie near the end of the song, causing his eyes to blink back to black as he scurries off and loses.
That's like so creepy. Oh, we love this dude isn't Auntie. Maybe that's got to the end that guy look. This is really Auntie type of guy. Help. That's creepy. That's creepy. I don't like that. I don't like that. Not a fan of that. Crispy me out. Just like goes up white to black. It's like, no. No, thank you, demons. No, thank you. God. This game must be creepy. This only part of that is creepy. His eyes went from white to black. I know that's racist, but it isn't. Oh, but no, okay, I'm about this. Yeah, whether it's a new yeah, feeling here, I guess, or yeah, basically new Murdoch. And I expect what has always been nice, and you know, to Tootie, but I guess someone has been able to figure Murdoch role in it. I guess me on Muscle. So yeah, but see, what's that? That means his eyes went from white to black. I'm scared. I'm scared. Luckily, Tootie doesn't become a villain, but that's like some I'm gonna tell you a villain and kill you kind of stuff. Don't mess with Tootie. God damn.
Balance. His entire.
Okay, well that's when people better be blind, but it still skates. No, so you gotta be blind, cause I thought that when his eyes were white, he could see better, but it still skates both ways when his eyes turn black. Which maybe it's turn white. Maybe they really turn black white, cause it's based on his face. Maybe since all can get, maybe his eyes are like white, cause we don't see his eyes, but then he can't see his face. But maybe his eyes are like white, so maybe he's not blind or his eyes are white. He can see good, but his eyes are black. He can't see good at all because he's darkness. So yeah, but well, Tootie is scary. All I know is not as Tootie yet. And Tootie isn't done anything. Tootie hasn't even scary much. Like this is what the Tootie has ever scared me. Jeez. Well, literally, I guess that's time from Murdoch. Jeez.
Higher good mood prevalent in the song has been unceremoniously destroyed by Russell. Possibly
Yeah, so thank you, Russell.
just messing with him, or a reference to an old G-bike where something similar happened.
Oh, yes, I remember that. I thought it was basically, okay, whoa, wait. I did this recently. Wait, okay. Yes, it could be, okay, wait. I didn't actually, because I did see the T-Pie recently. That time they got one. Yo, wait.
Regardless, it definitely appears that 2D's mood is tied to his.
Yeah, so basically, happy, nice, or white, but mad. They just want to dream about it's gonna kill you. Which makes sense, so, yeah, but. I don't like that.
Dies. As soon as his mojo is destroyed,
like it,
he struggles to get it back and falls over again, back to his old black-eyed self. And even in a recent interview, it was noted that he appeared different and more confident than before. Russell chalks it up to him evolving like the rest of the world, but it certainly stands to reason that not having Murdoch around is making him grow as well. And in the other visualizers like Hollywood, 2D retains.
Oh. Okay, well, Hollywood's done really awesome, but again, see how these songs were put into the time. I guess Hollywood came out full humility within me to actually song by that to full humility, so it's kind of weird, but so technically, me, it was the first time we've seen seen 2D with Wide Eyes, Hollywood was, and that's something from 2016. Wait, that was for humility, but I think from the same time. Yeah, I think it's almost in humans, I'm pretty sure. Or was it now? Because that's all right. Now, yeah.
White eyes rather than black. Also, I have to point out a pretty hilarious and obscure to Americans at least reference in the Sorcerer's visualizer. In it, 2D pops up to sing, driving in a car, which we see as it fades away has cock-pissed partridge sprayed in graffiti on the side. A reference to the very first episode of I'm Alan Partridge, where vandals did the same thing to the beloved Norwich radio host Automobile. No surprise that the team behind Gorlliaz are fans of Partridge, but I almost lost my shit when I saw that video. If you're wondering how Murdoch feels about what he considers to be his band moving on without him while he's in prison, you can ask him yourself. After a period of radio silence, his Twitter account.
We said Murdoch has a Twitter account, or an X account now, if Twitter is, but why? No, it's actually cool because this not only might be the whole tech guy stuff, because like these are the guys have Twitter accounts, really cool. Like we also really went a lot of work into this law. Yeah, especially you have one so there's also a good website does our content stream Murdoch. I hate how I didn't get to this back then. Because this would have been so cool to get into it back then, but I just got to it this year. Like last month. Like why? Or this month. Right? Yeah, this month. Last I don't know, but why did I get to go so late? God dang it. I hate myself sometimes.
Was reactivated on June 4th, beginning the Free Murdoch campaign. Through a few different chat apps, including Facebook, you can chat directly with Murdoch in Wormwood Prison, where we learn things haven't.
That would have been so cool, but I missed out on it. I did. But even if I did get to it, I don't think I would have been able to do it. So, yeah. But still,
Been going so well for him. He confirms that the Now was.
Wait, so I finally contacted you. So wait. So what's the right is what oh round table talk about this. Christmas round table did tease but no what round table did up with like TV and force and again go back to freaking those and with let go was our TV. I'll find contact. 2D hoes have been blanking me. So yeah, this is that. So wait, I'm your kid. What else last resort? What else is raised up? But now, what's one of the most famous inmates? Come on, now let's again with the Nazis. You may less in 2D. This guy about what? No, I'm not. No. Right, so let's guess. I'm gonna tell yes. I know again. No only one of mine. Always happy to be a bit bored, but this time, what does that mean? I could play this thing I don't get, but this time I don't get. But this time it's different. Well, I'm gonna show that on time. Yeah, the person says how so. Catch up the next thing. Hold on, wait. Let's
recorded entirely without
him. Wait, no.
For chat apps, including Facebook, you can chat directly with Murdoch in Wormwood Prison, where we learn things haven't been going so well for him. He confirms that the Now was recorded entirely without him.
Okay, wait. So I'm safe and innocent. I've been playing with smuggling false things. If you smuggle with one, somebody smuggle. I'll wrap it in. If you do these all. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yep. I guess it's seven more dark. Wow. Wow.
And then the
Oh wait. I can't see.
chat apps, including Facebook, you can chat
That
directly with
household sounds
Murdoch
like I
and work
can't
with prison.
see
But
that
we
last
learned
bit of
things
message.
haven't been going so well for him. He confirms that the nap for now was recorded entirely
You
without
what? You tell it it's you what? You fool
and
ya?
with the other three members of the band.
I'm not able to get to that, but this has like smashing. I want you to me on this just like that whole bunch of will see me doing me so they don't. Plus, I'm too teacher for doing all the subsystems. You like the way you look at me? Think you help? So, I'll give this private. Okay, so hit the low down. The low back up, briefed. Those people cut Elmo down. But like I always say, to shoot you have anything far to take, keep sudden. And it's okay, British man. I feel I'm reading it because I'm not freaking British. So, but you can't like bloody like British, but what? But go to that now. But what?
Have completely
That well, that costs more anyway. I'm gonna Benjamin's the store by field suit. It's a spot next thing. Yeah, this is the first to talk to it, and after the field, so it's, you know, got about a few minutes ago. I'm talking about a few minutes ago.
blanked him and haven't
Next thing I know,
returned his
I'm afraid that's the kingpin or some international smuggling wing. Wow.
calls. You can also ask about cyborg.
Yeah, with coin pieces in Lithuania, we used to know had it a file plan. But with Simon Noodle, anyway, to link to the prison PA system, hacking the file time messages. With there's like an old ARC. I'm so bad. Again, if I could, even if I did get back in, even if I did get into it back then, I could have done it anyway. So yeah, maybe I could have. No, I don't know. Hope we do something like that, can you soon?
Noodle, and his answer more or less confirms what is inferred by the bag of parts in Saturn bars. Murdoch mentioning she is in pieces in the living room, and they are using her head as a potted plant. We also learn Noodle has frozen his accounts after allegedly attempting to kill her, being broke, putting his safety in jail in a precarious position. But he has a plan to earn a different kind of currency to help him get information about El Viernes. Respect. At the moment, the most powerful prisoner is a long-haired man called Big Balls McGinnis. So Murdoch's hope is to get you to hack the Wormwood PA system in order to incite a fight with Big Balls, which you do by entering the warden's account information. Then after entering a few words Mad Lib style, hear the broadcast over the prison's PA.
He's always enjoyed experimenting and once got super gonorrhea from the pickle.
It essentially makes fun of Big Balls, and thanks to you, it looks like Murdoch will get his fight. If victorious, the respect he earns would allow him to learn more information on Al Vierda, to hopefully learn why he was framed, and of course he is now a target of revenge for Murdoch as well. The communication ends with him saying to check back in mid-July for more. So when that roll...
Okay, so I this video was in June of 2018, so would have been a month for that, but it says it said 246 especially in debt, but he was mostly not pay back. Yet that you and me don't sound like mid-July when you may need help again. Your times and triggers have been getting up to overtime him, but the humility and yes, well, humility.
Around, we might learn how things turned out for Big Balls and Murdoch's fight. When it comes to considering who framed him and why, a big part of me thinks it might actually be 2D that is...
Yeah, which makes sense, because again, 2D has been Murdoch's biggest, target, so I think it is 2D.
Responsible. Without Murdoch around, he has blossomed and evolved into a happier person, so he is benefiting the most from Murdoch's absence. Repeatedly throughout the phases, there's mention of specific horrible things Murdoch has done to 2D. Doesn't it make sense that 2D would be sick of Murdoch at this point and figure out some way to get him out of the picture? But that's just my crazy conspiracy.
I agree with that. I think it was 2D.
And obviously, it has nothing to do with 2D at all. But we will have to wait until a new video is released, or until mid-July when we find out more about Murdoch in jail before we know for sure.
Because I have no video, so I can't think about the film phase 6, so guessing I can have some stage that I go on, so it sucks because like this don't feel the same. What happens like again the fight, like the win, like what happened? Like I don't want to just click on and stuff because that's something like what 5 years. Yeah, 5 views.
Now that brings us up to date on all the latest going on with Gorlliaz. So who else is excited for the Now release this Friday? What songs do you dig the most so far? Let me know your thoughts in the comments
I think
below.
I'll
Make sure to check out my part
will.
1 video if you haven't already. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Thanks for watching Found Flicks. See you guys next time.
Alright then, there we go. Again, I don't think my SPF for phase 6 and stuff, but yeah, there we go. So yeah. Alright, so I know they want to 5, but I don't think they have a phase 6. I'm gonna look everything I got to accomplish phase 7, and that will do it. I'm fine. I'm taking over some time or something. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah. I'm gonna, yeah, but until it's been taken out though, I think. So yeah. Wait. Okay, so this put that playlist. So, oh, it's already on song machine stuff, right? Okay, so this continues with the song machine stuff. It's getting no item I made young, it's confusing, but yeah, they continues with song machine. But then, what I can tell so not that happened, but yeah, so yeah, listen to the new to Guam more, I think. Yeah, song machine. I think these days wasn't really all that, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, basically continues to song machine, so they'll. I think it's all to phase 7, which is Echo Island. It's gonna lead to us to deal, so yeah, I think I don't know, my way minute actually for do just on that thing that's all I think really have with Girls Law, and then that'll do it. I might do all my covers again on OC, might have on Twist after, and yeah. Again, my time to be busy tomorrow because something I don't forget. Oh, yeah. I'll be like, so far, again, I hate that I started on all of this. I got to like heavily onto girls back then, but I didn't. I got to girls like last month with I don't know why I never got to girls. Like why? But yeah. Because the new stuff or stuff coming up from without me to figure phase 7 low video, they do have some more stuff coming. The hyper has typed in their next album we're gonna wait to what we're the next bit of floor they're gonna do, and yeah, but like for whatever next verse for stuff we get, because the definitely phase 8, there's have to be a phase 8, and yeah, so this isn't the last Square Soul stream, but for now it's the last Square Soul stream until we get some more stuff. Hopefully it'll be soon for the top of new album here soon. I'm trying to forgive. I know, but it's the point to tell myself a new Instagram, so I put an Instagram to you to tell me really give the next album or next little thing, whatever the freak. So yeah. Anyways, then get straight to this last bit of this for phase 7 with Sourdough self-titled productions for this video. So yeah. Let's get it. Alright, again, I'm not mood week. Wait, I'm not just getting videos. I'm anyways I'll try my young girl. It's not talking about the old Black Island stuff. It's the loneliness is weird. Yeah. Right. One more ad. And this intro. Don't care about just skip. Just want to get into this. So, alright, so I got 50. Alright then, here we go. Phase 7, people. Alright. The last bit of glass law was stopped in 3, 2, 1.
Your island so far. Our story begins when Gorlliaz move into a house in the hills above Silver Lake, LA to record their new album. Murdoch keeps getting distracted by their neighbors, more specifically the head hostess, Moonflower, who he has a hot for. Another thing distracting him is a beautiful prophecy, a prophecy stating that he should start a cult with him as the leader. The prophecy was very clear on that last part. Russell and Noodle opposed this at first, but Murdoch assured them that this is a nice cult for nice people. After a chat, Russell and Noodle agreed to join in hopes of bringing people together to make a better world. And thus, the last cult was born. A great day of reckoning was nigh, and there was lots of work to be done. So, at a diner, the band divided their work by each person. Murdoch would be the great leader and use his charm and shamelessness to expand the flock of the last cult. Russell was named Seeker of Truth and would use his intellect and Googling skills to shed the light on Murdoch's prophecy, which was, at best, pretty vague. Noodle became the scholar, studying ancient texts in order to write the last cult's doctrine, and Tootie became the chosen one, chosen mainly to sweep the mansion floors and launder the sacred robes. Murdoch has Tootie dig a lot of holes too, for some reason. And Russell begins watching a broadcast called the Static Channel, saying that it has coded messages hidden within the static that will lead them to the promised land. One day, 2D orders a pizza. He hears knocking at the door, thinking it's the delivery guy, but it's their neighbor, Moonflower. She came to tell Murdoch to stop looking over the fence at her. To impress her, Murdoch buys an obelisk, like the one that she has, but hers is taller and more freakier, which she doesn't even notice. This annoys Murdoch, along with her calling him Martin. However, he still tells Tootie that Moonflower is the one and that he loves her. At this point, Noodle starts to wonder if this whole cult thing was already starting to go sideways. Either way, Murdoch tasks Tootie with painting the obelisk with 6 coats of the last cult's signature colors, pink. Soon after, Tootie goes next door to have a cup of tea, and he finds out that they're a cult too, known as the Forever Cult. They take a liking to Tootie, saying that he's welcome any time. Murdoch is heartbroken by this. How could she prefer someone so lowly over him? These feelings would have to wait, because Russell was getting closer to solving the prophecy, while Noodle finds a pamphlet from the people next door detailing a free aura exam. Tootie asks her if she wants to go, but she declines, saying that nothing is free. Next door, Moonflower asks Tootie to join the Forever Cult, saying that he won't have to dig so many holes. When talking about Moonflower, Tootie says that she is much kinder than Murdoch. She even says that he has a nice aura. Meanwhile, Russell is very in tune with the Static Channel, writing nonsense on the whiteboard and making a mess of the wallpaper. The band start to wonder if he had lost it, yet Murdoch still has hope for him. Noodle finds a movie poster from 1923 called The Hills Are Hungry. The lead actress, Lady Hollowdown, looks suspiciously similar to Moonflower. After looking her up, Noodle finds that she was a big shot in the early days of Hollywood. She bought up land and was a big investor in something called Hollywood Land. Reviews for her movie were really bad though, but Noodle had one conclusion: the Forever Cult and that movie studio were one and the same. Then, Murdoch stops broiling himself to extract his divine essence and plans on bottling it for the masses, calling it the essence of Murdoch. This leads to a very unpleasant and toxic smell that Noodle isn't too fond of. Russell, on the other hand, is getting ready for the bumpy ride that is the way to the promised land. After almost a whole year of watching the Static Channel, Russell believes that the portal to the promised land will open above the Hollywood sign at New Year. He shows up, bag packed and ready to go, and nothing happens. After this, Russell is so tuned into the Static Channel that he has stopped responding. Even Murdoch is worried.
It's not just chicken, it's always Super 7 crispy chicken.
Alright. Try not to have my for me and my lunch.
Look, Steph, I got an instant online offer.
This is like a lot this way my lunch, finally.
Some minor yet important, I guess, events that happen are Moonflower gives Tootie a picture of an eyeball, tells him to put it above his bed, and then it'll watch him sleep. And then another one is Murdoch tells Tootie to dig another hole, saying that the new him is at the bottom, and then the ground begins to shake as he's digging. However, things start to pick up when Moonflower tells Tootie that Murdoch is a false prophet, and he believes her. Not because of the cult thing, but because Murdoch told Tootie that he would pay him for painting the obelisk, but never did. A false prophet. Murdoch didn't take too kindly to this and calls him a non-believer, saying that he's not going to the promised land. Tootie is sad about this, but at least he can get the peppermint tea the neighbors make for him. He says that they grow it in the garden and that it tastes funny, but it's so good. So good, in fact, that he may back and go get another. And at one point, he never comes back to Gorlliaz' HQ.
Oh no, that's good. We're missing.
Only to find that the compound is empty. all but a ripped piece of paper with a cryptic message, potentially putting 2D in danger. Murdoch is still upset, going on a rant about 2D, calling him a traitor, sworn enemy of the last cult. He's even wearing their signature color of blue. Noodle thinks the Forever Cult kidnapped 2D, but Murdoch thinks he's getting back at him for the incident 20 years ago where 2D's girlfriend cheated on him with Murdoch. Making things more stressful is Russell, who has been up for 12 days straight watching that static channel, not even reacting to his favorite muffins being thrown away. However, over a period of time, 2D still hasn't come back, and Murdoch starts to believe Noodle, becoming worried and pleads for 2D to come home. However, Russell finally cracks the code and realizes just how much danger 2D is in. On February 8th, 2023, under the Hollywood sign, there will be a rupture in time that will allow the Forever Cult to stay forever young. They just need a 100% pure blue flower to sacrifice, and that flower being 2D. They have theoretically been doing this ritual every 25 years, starting in 1923 with Lady Holiday, anagram for Hollywood Land. The band makes a plan to save 2D. Drugged out of his mind, 2D slurps on the smoothie Moonflower gave him. He has a sense of hope and joy seeing the sacred wheel being prepared. Everything is going to be okay. And finally, we have reached the silent running video, where we see 2D tied up to the sacred wheel and being lowered down to be sacrificed to the monster, seeing the Hills Are Hungry poster, so that they can keep the Forever Cult young. 2D's bandmates come to save him, but it seems like even Moonflower has a change of heart when 2D shoots her a heart-piercing look. After the last cult's cover is revealed, the two factions battle it out. Murdoch goes to save 2D, even though Moonflower was already doing that, but he isn't as strong as her, so the weight of 2D and the wheel begin to pull him forward. This slams him against the well, causing his essence of Murdoch to fall out of his robe. Seeing 2D free-falling, the monster gets excited and jumps for him, not knowing he's actually about to intake pure 100% toxic substances. This causes the monster to explode, saving 2D and killing everyone else. My theory is that with the monster dead, the cult returned to the age they were supposed to be without him, meaning that they would be dust. Moonflower, on the other hand, simply falls over unconscious. The explosion from the monster causes the police to arrive, and Murdoch flees the scene, while Noodle and Russell check on 2D, although Russ doesn't seem to be in the best mind space. With the band arrested, this is where the music video for Cracker Island starts. After being arrested, the three were taken to Los Angeles County Hospital, where they were questioned and I assume checked on, especially 2D and Russell. A heavily drugged 2D is telling the police what went down, while Russell is once again watching the static channel. Noodle is trying her best to do damage control. Russell then seems to get possessed by some force or entity and walks over to the group. We see someone in the background of some shots, most notably when the ghost, later revealed to be Moonflower, gets up. And here's where we get to the extremely speculative side, because I believe this to be Murdoch, who is bringing his loved one back with some cult power. The man learned how to fly. Why can't he bring back someone he loves? She reveals herself to him and morphs into who Murdoch recognizes as her great-grandmother, Lady Holiday. But I think they are one and the same due to the monster's powers. They share a kiss as a news report of what just went down is on TV, and 2D sings, "There's nothing left to say." And that's the story of Cracker Island so far.
Everroot dog supplements offer daily supplies
Okay.
for dogs' most common
Yeah, that was all. I just realized I'm not talking about real play. But yeah, I like that. Alright, I'm gonna do that. So that's this video. I'll be back out. So bye.
I wonder if the story is completely over just yet. There are some hints saying so, like Murdoch calling this the Hollywood ending, and them promoting the video for Silent Running with the saga concludes. But then there are other lingering questions, like what about the video Stevie Nicks said that she was going to be in, otherwise she wouldn't have collaborated? Or what possessed Russell in the video for Cracker Island? Better yet, what's his face that keeps popping up? What about that? Is that anything? Other than that, there are some more lore-related questions I have, like, did Murdoch start the last cult to oppress Moonflower? If not, where did he get the prophecy from? Did he start it for higher power or to have followers? What told Russell about the static channel and the answers were there? What happens next? Where does Skinnygate fit into this? My best guess is that the live performance would be like an epilogue of sorts. Why did Murdoch make 2D dig so many holes? Like, what is the purpose? All of that aside, I really enjoyed this phase of Gorlliaz, both in the music and storytelling departments. I felt like they could do so much more with the characters besides appearing in like disconnected music videos, and believe that they could just do so much more. And they did. This was a fun story to follow in real time and a fun one to put together and theorize for. Hopefully they do more with it, but I would be happy if they did. Thank you, Jamie Hewlett, and everyone who put this together, and Damon Albarn for making outstanding music. Now, do me a favor and stop appearing in videos and let the characters explain the meaning of songs. You should exist to them. Thank you for watching my content.
God
This is
damn.
a bit different compared to everything else that
I'm
I've
just freaked out, boy.
You know, it's nice
God
to branch out and do other things every once in a
Oh
while.
crap, this is part 2. Wait, this is part 2. It's over. Oh my gosh, it's part 2.
Oh,
Be patient. 10 more seconds.
I had too much fun making this.
Calm down.
Anyway,
Stop.
like and subscribe. Thank you for watching my video.
1, 2. I'm gonna get you right now. And there we go. DK, turn this outside the wake up. Enjoy.
With Gorlliaz teasing the next phase's lore already, let's pick up where I left off in my Cracker Island Explained video. After the events of Silent Running, all the Forever cult members faded away except for Moonflower, or, going by her real name, Eleanor Hollowdown. She later explained in an email sent to Murdoch her backstory. Time cannot be stopped, or can it? The newly founded Hollywood might have been a solution to that, being forever immortalized in film. With no talent but all the money in the world, she started a film production company and made herself the star. It was here that they discovered the one who dwells beneath, the hungry one. The first sacrifice was an accident. A young crew member fell into the pit and was devoured. After Eleanor released her first film and it flopped, the crew realized that they weren't getting any older. They're staying forever young. However, over time, the miracle wore off, so they had to find a second sacrifice. And it was here that they made a pact. Every 25 years, they must feed the monster down below. Time has passed, and now 2D was the next sacrifice. But his aura was the purest they had ever seen. Racked with guilt and wanting the cycle to be over, Eleanor began dropping clues to the band to intervene and stop the nightmare, in which they did. Because of this, she was given a few more days of mortality, and finally agreed to go on that date with Murdoch. Eleanor, who is now restored back to her true age of 123 after the events of Silent Running, still went on that date with Murdoch. They went and saw The Hills Are Hungry, the film that started it all. However, she didn't make it to the end of the movie, disintegrating to dust. Noodle watched the pink dawn rise over LA. The new tomorrow was here. She went to blow up the Hollywood sign to end the biggest cult that still remained, but she reconsidered, thinking that there's a better way. Russell is finally getting rest after trying to find the new world. Off-grid in the California desert, he has no TV, no phone, just sun, sand, sodas, and sweet, sweet silence. Except for the vultures and gunshots from the biker gang in the next valley. Russell, for the first time in a long time, felt good. 2D went down to the cave that the monster was in and where he was almost sacrificed and played a beautiful tune. He didn't hold a grudge. There's nothing he can't forgive or forget. And finally, the cult disbanded, and the LAPD has a search warrant for their LA mansion. So now 2D, Murdoch, Russell, and Noodle pick up fake passports and are off to Mumbai, which I assume is setting up Phase 8's lore and musical influences. And that is the full story of Cracker Island. Be sure to like and subscribe. My YouTube analytics tells you to. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next.
That was not busted. Hold on. Wait, guys, turn this all down now like that. Yeah, still up. Okay, here we go. Back. Alright. I hope y'all can hear that. Okay, sorry. I can't mess with the volume. Make sure y'all can hear it. That's all. yeah, it's only over so much, but there we go. So that's it. So to boom by and yeah. So this was I think like a few weeks ago, right? Last month or something. So this thing, yeah, two. So this is like recent. So my theory is that the next time come out September or October. October people have time to speak in this, but please, new album soon, please. I'm hoping to get a new album soon. Again, either September, October, maybe even November, but I think do it in November because June was the last thing we got. So I think it was September, October. We have to get the next album, and it's not know what it's gonna be called, but I'm excited for what the next bit of programming. But yeah, now I want for the LAPD and the one to boom by. So it's gonna be interesting. What let's see, we're talking like Tribal Noodle or Boogie Man. Let's see Boogie Man since yeah, and it doesn't interfere for obviously. So I think the Boogie Man, the Boogie Man is dead. So yeah, but I'm excited for the next. I'll maybe more asking about the tail again. And it says I don't know how we got our tail, so yeah, but I'm so excited for the next video girls always and with the next video will come out, but yeah, for another girls watching, but that doesn't get into the last girls watching now. Get my couple on Twitch to do a live couple stream with sing girls couple girls songs live. Now I'm still thinking about that, but yeah. It's been so fun going through get girls. One great fan all. I think yeah, okay fan all time, and that's my new favorite band. So yeah, but it goes. It's my second favorite band though. We obviously have Panic will. But yeah, that's it. My last new songs from it. See, like I think like this, we doing a whole Gorlliaz cover album with Beyond. So I think for that. Again, but the bass cover album too. I want to have my craziness. How about craziness will probably like I said last year will probably be the last album I do because I'm. Get how it feels. Yeah, Hypocrisis is gonna be last time I could release, so thank you for that. Yeah. If y'all want me to all these personal fields of streams and GT. That's what I said, GT. But yeah, I guess I wasn't really talking about much and on last bit. I just wanted to feel play out to finish this. And I do it both in the Gorlliaz stream. So I felt like I've got pausing all back then. I never finish this, but yeah, some last notes that you want to mention. Let's see. I gotta move. Well, no, Moonflower was dead, so yeah. But it doesn't last long at all. But I wonder. I think one big thing I want to notice is that Noodle looks nothing like Noodle in the freaking San Juan and on a but Kaiko Island music video. Like, why would you freaking Noodle like? That's a noodle. The noodle I know is double here. Like, why did he? What? This is a noodle. They said, no, that's not. I would do it again. That's all I wanted to mention. That's all. My spots and wait for that. That's all listening out. Gonna be doing Mystic with you to the house. Mystic with your channel. So there's a lot of albums to do. I've posted new albums to ask on that channel. I have a lot of stuff to catch up on. But one thing I can book back, I'm gonna finally be catching up on some reviews I missed on the albums, stuff I missed. Doing a lot of time, so they do. Well, content to hopefully soon here next few months. I have to do feel a channel. Anyway, I'll be on for long enough. My thoughts and subscribe and I guess I'm gonna hop on Twitch and do those live covers. I can do only a few of those. So I'll be like 3 or 5 live covers and then that'll do it. Alright, my thoughts and good one and I sound like it was still live. I don't know how much time I want 20. If I miss time 20, I'll probably pay some my work. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Alright, much and subscribe and I'll catch y'all later. Peace. And that's my track signing out. Bye y'all.